Eccoci qui, siamo tornati su The Witcher, procediamo con la missione Peccati carnali. In una missione precedente Priscilla è stata ferita quasi mortalmente, è ferita, è all'ospedale di Novigrad e dobbiamo aiutare Dandelion a capire chi è stato e a punire il colpevole. Cominciamo.
Well then, ready for a...
Subito, non vedevo l'ora.
Ready and intrigued.
C'era tante di quelle cose da raccontare per strada.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the
Ecco
sewers.
qua, sì.
What's that about?
Non vedevo l'ora.
Sewing up drowned victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud?
C'è il drone.
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Non ti preoccupare, ci sono qua io. Un attimo devo prendere sta roba. Aspetta, mi non andare
How you
troppo
like that
avanti.
silver?
Un attimo. Fatemi tirare fuori l'unguento, Aspetta, lo tirerò fuori l'unguento. Allora, sto per far prima l'unguento. Ok. Ho stata la balestra a fare anche la storia dell'acqua. Di roba, prendiamo queste. Cos'altro c'è? Drowner. Siamo al prezzo, siamo a posto.
How's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
Ma porca miseria. Quando si vuole fare veloce. Su. Ok. Procediamo. Non c'è niente. Ma cosa abbiamo?
Take the ladder. This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Ok.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example.
C'è tanta di quella roba da prendere da
Nathaniel
star male.
Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Ce n'è uno. Devo andare di e fammi passare. Ce l'ho davanti. Analizziamo tutto. Questo.
Calluses on the...
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak.
Not a bit.
Ah, dobbiamo fare
Start the
l'autopsia.
autopsy.
Where?
Testa.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey dust. Ash.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the socket.
Che male.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was...
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
Sì, controlla bene, mi raccomando.
An amphibian. A salamander?
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that...
Look at the scar. Wounds long.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat... Look at his hands. These welts.
I'd expect so. No.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf.
Vede, basta così, buono. Andiamo avanti.
See anything interesting on his legs?
Andiamo avanti veloce. Garalde a posto, genitali e via.
We'll see.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages.
Think there could be a connect...
Only as the killer's potential.
Ok.
All right. Think...
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about.
Pazzo.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets. Kept...
A fire,
It's a lead worth following.
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere.
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall...
Io volevo esaminare la stanza prima. No,
Why'd you cover
devo
for us?
tornare lì.
I was covering my own arts. If
Volevo
Reverend
vedere tutto quello
Nathaniel
che
had learned
c'era.
someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep
Lasciami la
trouble.
mano sul...
You didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever.
Sei infilzato la mano la mia.
Well, I don't approve of your willfulness. I also wished...
Thank you.
Io spero che si possa tornare nel laboratorio. C'è una frecciata alla mano, poverino.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard,
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him.
I decide when we're done with the subject. What's your connection to him?
An old story, but if you insist. The student protests in 1242, you've heard. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him.
As do I. At the hospital.
And I'll keep my eye on...
Oh, io voglio tornare nel laboratorio.
I met you, mate. Back down in Lockwood.
Spero che mi fate tornare nelle foglie. Sì. E che cazzo, guarda quanta roba che c'è rimasto qui. Vodka, bottiglie d'acqua. Questo, quest'altro. E basta. Tutto qui? Aspetta, c'è qualcosa. Sì, hai voglia. Con questo. Così prendo questo. Io devo lasciare qua tutta sta roba, ragazzi. La prendo io. Questo. Poi ci prendiamo anche questo. C'è una tizia che dorme. Prendiamo un po' di questo. Prendiamo un po' di questo. Ok. Basta. Non c'è altro. Prendiamo di qua. Un po' di questo, un po' di questo. Prendiamo questi. E cosa c'è? Andiamo a salire. Forse le stanze si collegano, quindi ho già preso tutto. Quindi salisci, ho preso tutto quanto. Adesso sì che posso uscire, vedi? Perfetto. Andiamo a vedere dove è stata aggredita Priscilla. Ancora 50 passi.
Watch it, Tran. Novigrad's not your stomping ground.
Questo.
Hey, handsome.
Questo. E c'è una tizia. Prendiamo queste robe. Anche un po' di... Ma non a pugni, tira poi la spada, mannaggia. Mancano dei tizi che si difendono.
Come on, come closer.
Che molli un po'. In due. Perdita di tempo. Cittadino povero. Tu.
Think you'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Oh no, tu hai capito.
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene?
I know. Here to look for...
Fear I can't help you much.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Agreed to put me in her play, you see? Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Also, I...
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh dear, this didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what...
Addio.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But...
Sì, sì, pesterò i tuoi amici un'altra volta.
Oh, my head's ringing.
Dove era rimasta? Qua.
Now the fuck off.
Sì. Guarda se mi ha fatturati di nuovo, Sto da fare una ricerca, sto cercando gli indizi che potrebbero essere dentro questi carretti. Ok, prendi a posto. Cosa
A
abbiamo?
brazier.
Braciere.
This time of year, human.
Sono questo.
Priscilla's.
Sarebbe un cittadino preoccupato. Ok. Il vino.
A brazier. I know that smell. This time of year, formaldehyde.
Quindi.
Man's footprint. The murderer's maybe. Weight on his heel. Took a step back. Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Trail ends this way. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall. Trail ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Andiamo a vedere dove è morto l'intagliatore. Bisogna salire in cima. Caspita, di qua forse. Caspiterino di qua. Oh! Il giro dell'oca cominciamo a fare, no. Indietro.
Ah!
Oh,
Anyone home?
Be gone, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer. Look,
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down.
charming as beasts go.
You daft? Even I'm scared of them. A bit of...
Got someone particular in mind?
Sure as shite. Bugger who did fear. As soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I run to a mate or raise his fighting dogs. But these two mutts.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
What'll it be now? Just my...
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. So, what else?
Tell me what you know about the murder. In order. In detail.
'Twas like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, see the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze. And found Fabian here beside.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious before?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleating orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
'Twas Fabian who threatened this one last. Oh, you were a good dwarf. Craftsman like no other. But he were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we took to following one in particular, he'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag!" And other
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
City cemetery. She died a few days back.
Fine. We've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Ma sì, dai, diamogli un osso. Allora, cosa abbiamo?
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones. Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women.
La lettera del
Shapely
cittadino
ones.
preoccupato. Questo, cagnolini.
Someone dragged something across the floor. More dragged it from one wall to the other. Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found
Cosa ci sarà lì dentro? Allora c'è questo.
Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten.
Ok.
More blood stains. But not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless... somebody got furniture rid of the blood. Knocked over. Left a few stains like it was kicked.
Ok, a posto. Qua c'è
Formaldehyde.
Ok.
Doubt Fabian used
Andiamo a
it.
cercare il becchino adesso, direi che abbiamo visto tutto. Altri 100 passi in allegria.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're...
Va bene, ci vediamo tra un po'. La filava. Ci sono
Bloody
vittime.
bandits! Can't go out in the streets!
Andiamo.
You, Eustace, the court.
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is.
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember.
One of them? So
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly.
some things are best left unsaid.
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. You search Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you a tax collector? Piss off.
No, così. Ah, ma sì, dimmi che cosa aveva in
Talk. What did you find on him?
quasi 40 punti di esperienza.
As you wish. Triflings, baubles, gloss-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not...
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town. Oi, fucking
Mi ricordo
hell!
un po'
What
i
was that
sogni,
for?
ragazzo.
For everything.
Per tutto. Stazione di afferro. Ok.
Welcome, Master.
Torniamo nelle fondo.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you...
Nice of you. Especially given you didn't seem pleased about my
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend... Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter. And I know who you are.
Von Grad's told me all about you.
Ah. Doubtless you've heard how I had the noble leader of the student protesters thrown in prison. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity. Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and... Whereas Joachim... Oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was a...
Choosing the lesser evil can be hard at times. Happen to know a thing or two about that.
In that respect, this work has its benefits. I couldn't possibly hurt anyone.
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad. Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the... Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then...
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Ok, allora, prima di recarci alla villa, direi che finiamo un attimino qui questa missione, almeno la prima parte di questa missione, perché il video è un po' lunghetto. Ci rivediamo dopo con la prossima parte. Grazie a tutti e al prossimo episodio. Ciao ciao!